Yeah, I have to say I'm really happy also where we already started with the car. I think the team did a fantastic job during the winter with the budget they had compared to the big team. We are challenging them, so I think it's great for us, especially if you just start in F1 and you can already fight for points. It's the best way to show yourself. And I mean, also the progress during the year. We are still learning a lot, and it's not that easy from both sides, team and drivers-wise. But yeah, so far I think we already had some great results. It's always nice to have a record in the back, but for me, that's not the record I want. I mean, it's always nice to be the youngest point scorer. But at the end, you just want to be there to score points. And in the end, at one point, you want to win races. And that's what I'm preparing for at the moment. Monaco is quite a different track to all. I mean, you have barriers next to the white lines. So if you make a little mistake, it's easy to crash. So you have to approach it in a different way. You have to just run on the track, and instead of doing fast lap times, because you have to build it up, the confidence, and also the track is building up grip, because I mean they haven't driven there for 1 year, so for sure there's a lot of dust on the track. So it's a different approach mentally as well. The changes I think we have for Monaco are not very big. I mean, it's a street circuit. At the end, the difference is made more by the driver. Of course, you need to have a good car, but you find more time within yourself. I mean, if you do little setup changes, it can bring you maybe 1 or 2 tenths, but if you do a good job yourself, can be half a second or 1 second. And that's, I think, that's our main target in the beginning of the weekend. Just do a lot of running on the track, because it will improve all the time, and you have to build it up slowly. So that's where we will focus a lot on. And then just before qualifying, we will start to work on the car more. Of course, if you have bigger problems, you will do some setup changes, but normally just a lot of running. That will bring a lot more lap time. But our biggest updates will come for Austria. So I'm really looking forward to that one, because in Barcelona, a lot of people already brought big updates to the car. We were still able to qualify 5th and 6th. And we need to have this big update. So I'm very keen to wait for that update. Because I've never driven the track, but for sure the fast section on a street circuit is very challenging. But then even also the slow part, you have to focus a lot. And I think that's the main thing in Monaco. The focus is much higher than on a normal track, because on a normal track you can relax a bit more, because you have so much runoff. If you make a little mistake, you go a bit wide, it's no problem. And in Monaco, I mean, you don't have this. So your focus at the end will be your competitor as well, because that will be the tough thing in the race. I think physically Monaco is a bit easier because it's slower speeds, but then the focus gets much higher, so you will still have a tough race. I can remember some bits when I was watching the Monaco Grand Prix, but it is always a bit chaotic sometimes. If it's raining, can be a lot of crashes, and then somebody who qualified 15 can still finish on the podium. All those crazy things can happen there. And I think the most important thing is just stay on track. And I mean, there are a lot of laps, I think more than 70 laps, so a lot of things can happen there, and it's important you stay on track. I think the most difficult part was just the understanding of the tires. And the power unit, of course, it's quite a big change to what you were used to. Especially for me, I only did 1 year of car racing, so I'm still learning. And the other drivers, they already had a lot more experience in the lower categories. So I don't say it's easier for them, but they experience more things in life in a racing car. But nonetheless, I think at the moment we're doing a good job, and the team is there to help me. So. Especially with Toro Rosso, it's the junior team. So I'm really happy with that, and I think it's a great place to still learn a lot. Maybe a little bit in the beginning, the drivers treated me, I mean, it's always a bit like if you join them, you have to become friends with them first, and you have to earn their respect. And after the first few races, I could feel that came, especially after the race in China. More people were talking to me, and you could see they got respect for you, because the way you were racing and overtaking other competitors. So yeah, at the moment that's all going well. I'm talking to everyone. Compared to the first race, you're all a bit new. You don't know who you want to talk to. But now at the moment, everything is going as it should be. My aim is just try to score points all the time. I think that's the most important. I think the car is capable of it. Only in the race at the moment we are struggling a little bit with the tires, but We had a test day or 2 test days last week, and they learned a lot about the tires. So hopefully, also with the updates we bring, that will help us a little bit. For sure, qualifying is already going in a good direction. Now we need to improve our race pace.